China just gave Elon Musk the last and most terrifying warning. China, the most populated country and also one of the most developed countries, is threatening SpaceX, or we can say Elon Musk. The country is doing everything it can to be number one by developing satellites that can compete with Elon Musk's SpaceX. Want to know about it? Well, stay tuned to the video and watch the video till the end. Hello guys, welcome to Elon Musk Exclusive. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications to get new updates about technology and development and basically anything around real Tony Stark, Elon Musk. Hit the like button to show your support. And in today's video, we are going to talk about China's space agencies taking over the space industries, which is indirectly a clear warning to Elon Musk. So without any further ado, let's begin. Several businesses have over the past several years attempted to offer broadband internet powered by thousands of satellites in low Earth orbit, LEO, providing coverage of most of the Earth's surface. And we haven't seen this kind of excitement before in this category. Some well-known companies and people, including Bill Gates and Motorola, invested billions of dollars in this business model 2 decades ago in an experiment that ended with many bankruptcies and very few people connecting to the internet from low Earth orbit. 20 years later, we are witnessing billionaires from Elon Musk to Jeff Bezos, along with entities from SoftBank to the United Kingdom, investing billions in broadband from space in a gold rush that began in 2015 and has only accelerated since 2020. At the same time, China's space capabilities have advanced simultaneously. As part of the accelerating deployment of SpaceX's Starlink constellation in 2020, China has rapidly responded in terms of policy, financing, and technology, including most notably creating its own constellation operating company, China Satnet, with an associated constellation, Guowang National Network. Despite being in early development, Satnet and Guowang will likely compete with Starlink and others in certain markets, while also serving a similar strategic purpose from a government standpoint. And there is a good chance that we will see the establishment of a Red Star link over China and the rest of the world over the next few years, with widespread backing from high-level actors. Through coordination between major players in the country's space industry, China will build and operate a national satellite internet mega-constellation. And recent comments from senior officials indicate that efforts are underway to amend earlier constellation plans by state-owned enterprises in the space sector and possibly integrate them into the Guowang or National Network satellite internet project. So, China's spectrum allocation filings to the International Telecommunication Union (ITU) in September last year detailing plans to construct 2 low Earth orbit constellations totaling 12,992 satellites. According to the filings, GW will be a constellation of sub-constellations with altitudes ranging from 500 to 145 kilometers and inclinations between 30 to 85 degrees, and all of the satellites will operate across several frequency bands. Bao Weimin, who is a senior official with China Aerospace Science and Technology Corp. (CASC), China's main space contractor, made a first public acknowledgement of the mega-constellation plan. He said that, "We are planning on developing space-based internet satellites and have already launched test satellites." Bao also added, a national network, Guowang, company will also be established to be responsible for the overall planning and operation of the satellite internet construction. And Ge Yujun, who is the president of China SpaceSat Corporation Limited, which is a CASC subsidiary, said that Hongyan and Hongyun broadband constellations previously planned at CASC and sister state-owned Giant China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, CASIC, respectively, would be altered by authorities. Ye said that relevant national departments are conducting overall planning for constellation construction and that he understands the original plans for Hongyan and CASIC's Hongyun will undergo major changes. As of 2018, both constellations consisted of hundreds of low Earth orbiting communications satellites. Since then, a handful of technology verification satellites have been launched. By 2022, CSC planned to have 60 Hongyan satellites in orbit. According to the comments, the older constellations may be incorporated into the new, larger National Network initiative. However, the progress of the project is unclear, but the development of satellite internet has been elevated to a national priority. However, in April 2020, China's National Development and Reform Commission added satellite internet to a list of new infrastructure. And on the recently approved 14th five-year plan for the period 2021 to 2026, as well as long-range objectives until 2035, an integrated network of communications, Earth observation, and navigation satellites is called for. It looks like the Chinese industry and government are seeing long-term economic benefits from their investments in space technologies. But regardless, in addition to its Beidou navigation and positioning system, China is deploying Gaofen satellites for its China High-Resolution Earth Observation System, CHEOS. However, this year, Beijing Comsat Technology Development Corporation Limited received government funding from the China Internet Investment Fund, CIIF, for research and industrialization of satellites, but there is no clear indication of what role, if any, these firms will play in the national network project. According to Ian Christensen, Director of Private Sector Programs at Secure World Foundation, China may be able to achieve a number of goals through the GW National Network Project. In addition, it supports domestic technology and economic development goals, contributes to China's regional leadership, and soft power diplomacy efforts. Christensen says, development of the constellation will also provide domestic employment, anchor space-related industry clusters, and contribute to economic development through serving and enabling domestic connectivity needs. He added that the project could also be used as a tool for soft power, as part of the Belt and Road Initiative or diplomacy efforts in nearby regions. While constellations such as SpaceX's Starlink and OneWeb are already underway, and Amazon ordered Atlas V missions for its Kuiper broadband satellites this week, the planned GW constellation raises even greater concerns about space debris and space traffic management related to the deployment of mega constellations. Christensen says, I personally would take the likelihood of the successful deployment of the GW constellation seriously. It should place further emphasis and urgency on the need to improve global coordination practices for the deployment and operation of large constellations. He added, space safety is an area where there are shared interests between the US and Chinese actors, including both government and private sector actors, but overall geopolitical trends make meaningful dialogue challenging. Tesla China said in the Global Times that the company has no plans to use Starlink services in China, and all Tesla vehicles and electric recharging stations in China use network services provided by Chinese operators, with all vehicle-related data stored in the country. China may launch satellites at a faster rate than any other country, but its number of satellites in orbit trails far behind that of the United States. There are 2,787 active satellites in orbit as of August 1st. According to the Union of Concerned Scientists satellite database, of these, 1,425 are owned or operated by the United States, 382 are owned or operated by China, and 172 are owned or operated by Russia. However, the low altitude is necessary to provide low latency. But the current geostationary satellites of SpaceX orbit 26,200 miles from the center of the Earth and 22,300 miles above the surface, which means a signal takes roughly 0.240 seconds to make a round trip. Moreover, the Starlink is currently in orbit at 340 miles, which cuts the speed of light lag to almost a hundredth of that. Whereas, recently as many as 60 American satellites for SpaceX's Starlink high-speed global internet access project were launched last month from his company's Falcon 9 rockets. So, commercial satellites have continued to grow since they began about a decade ago. Globally, the space company made $366 billion in revenue in 2019, with the commercial sector dominating the market. According to the 2020 State of the Satellite Industry report published by the Satellite Industry Association, SIA, the commercial satellite industry generated $271 billion in revenue in 2019, accounting for nearly 75% of global space business, whereas the United States accounted for $114 billion, or 42%. And the Chinese government has started to triple spending on space science, as well as the emergence of a small but growing group of privately backed space startups. So it is a clear warning to all of the space agencies, including SpaceX and NASA, that they are about to jump over them in order to be number one in space technology. But what do you guys think about this? Let us know in the comments section, and thank you for watching the video. We hope that you liked the video. If you did, then please leave a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel by pressing that red button and that bell icon as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.